Hey, my name's Delian. I am no expert on this, but I'll give it a shot. I'm in the middle of a shaving session, and I thought, why not make a video? I work on. Is that bad? That's better. Manifesting as a realist. Now, that's something I think a lot of us realists are so defined. I think that makes up a lot of people on the scientific track, you could say, or academics. Me myself, I have a master's in clinical psychology. And there's something we struggle a lot with, the concept of fake it till you make it. It's often introduced when we're talking about manifesting. The very mention of the word fake turns us off thoroughly. You think to yourself, nothing fake can ever be valuable, even if you can have a temporary delusion that it is. Now, some might say there's nothing fake about belief, and that's something I'm going down a track to explore right now. At this point in my life, I found it very difficult to get out of certain loops in my behaviors, despite applying all of my psychology knowledge, which I have delved in deeply, just mainly for my own self. Actually, I only became a psychologist to monetize it, and because I do like helping people. Perhaps this video as well, hopefully. Now, fake it till you make it. The whole basis of this statement, in a sense, if you're already practicing manifesting, you know the basis is false. There is nothing fake about belief, and that is the idea. If you believe you can do something, if you believe you are a certain person, certain things align. You could call it the universe, or you could call it, in my case, I would imagine I would call it the psychology as well, aligns to allow you to act in the behaviors as that person might. Now, where is the proof of this? Only through experience. I am now thus beginning my journey of trying to gather that experience, to see where the proof is, to, when faced with a difficult choice, to say, yes, I'm excited for this. I'm eager to go into this, even if I have anxious feelings about it. It occurred to me actually recently. I was asked by a friend I was on the way to a job interview, and I was asked if I'm excited, and I was actually really anxious. In that point, I've recently delved into more reading about manifesting and such, and I said, you know what? I'll say I'm excited even though I'm not. Yeah, I'm excited. And she was like, oh, wow, great. So you really feel prepared for this. At that point, she was instantly giving me reinforcement for this alternative reality that I proposed. And then what came up to me, what crept up once again, is this self-doubt. A little imposter syndrome of sorts, which must occur for any realist who's beginning to practice manifesting, I believe. I said at that point, no, I kind of lied. I'm actually pretty anxious about this. And then she began reinforcing that. Oh, understandable, it's hard. At that point, I felt like a goof, like a real goof, because I played myself. Because I felt at that point I could empower myself, and sure, maybe for the moment it's not true, but what if that's the only way to rewrite it? What if it is? And so I really didn't like that feeling. And ever since, I I remove. I was about to say I try to remove certain words. Well, one of the words I remove is try. I have based my identity of trying to improve on trying to improve myself. If you're always trying, you never really get there in a certain sense, or at least in the manifesting sense. You really want to embody the ideal. You don't want to try at all. You could try for years. You could be right now. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm working on all these things myself at this time. I'm exploring them. I want to see how much I can use them to help my patients in the future. And maybe if I help anybody else here, meanwhile, then that's great. In any case, I'm doing this to be reminding myself, because the world, as we can say, it is, maybe you've heard the terms of, stay with me here, it's gonna be relevant, I promise. Maybe you've heard of the terms heteronormative. So it is normalized for a heterosexual population. Well, the world is, I would also say, is what's the opposite of manifestation? Or whatever it is, it's the opposite of manifestation and normative. It is very easy to forget what you're trying to do on your manifestation journey. Very few people around, if you're just beginning, very few people around you are gonna be on the same frequency, on the same, are gonna have understanding to the same level as you do, or be supporting that same. Another time I spoke with a person. They asked me, hey, do you have any troubles? Do you have any problems setting boundaries in your relationships? I said, I don't have any problems. In that moment, I was embodying this manifesting. And then she laughs. And then I chuckled to myself a little bit, because it sounds silly a little bit as well. But ideally, you kind of want to find yourself in a situation where people don't laugh when you say that sort of thing. Maybe they get a look of recognition. Maybe they... Well, at that point, she did rephrase her question in a different way. That was not so negatively grounded. And then I still offered value in the same way that she was looking for. See, now that except took a bit more work. And there was that laughing moment. So my point is, you're gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, and you're gonna sound overly confident to a lot of people if you know, they've seen you before. They've seen how you struggle with certain things, and you're trying to reforge yourself in a new identity, and you're stopping using language that you used to use before. You're talking as if the past almost didn't exist. Your friends, they remember the past, and some of them are gonna make real damn sure that you remember it too, in case you forgot. Not their fault sometimes. Maybe they don't know better. But you do. So, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching this quirky work in progress video. I shall show more over time and improve the situation. But until now, thanks for watching. Have yourself a lovely day. Make it happen.